Rescue workers in Indonesia continue the search for survivors after Monday's earthquake on the island of Java. Dozens of children are among the missing.
Russian authorities said Crimea was targeted by a drone attack, prompting Moscow to put air defense forces on alert. The West has slammed Iran after its authorities confirmed it has started enriching uranium to a level one step away from weapons grade.
More rescuers and volunteers have been deployed to search for victims following Monday's major earthquake, which devastated parts of Indonesia's main island of Java. Dozens of children are among those still missing. Save the Children, which operated a program in the region, say the high incidence of the young affected by the quake is due to 80 or more schools having been damaged or destroyed as children attended classes. The search by parents for their children all too often ends in heartbreak. While the priority is the search to find those still trapped, the needs of the living are growing. Food, water and temporary shelters, of course, but aid agencies are also distributing medicines and hygiene kits for families. The latest death toll suggests at least 268 are known to have died and 150 people are still missing. But the exact number of deaths is still uncertain as rescue operations continue to free people trapped in collapsed buildings and with landslides blocking roads to more remote areas.
Authorities in Russia-annexed Crimea claim to have repelled 2 drone attacks on the peninsula, one of which was reportedly targeting a power station. Crimea was annexed by Russia in 2014, and the government in Kiev has vowed to reclaim the territory. The Russia-installed governor said that right now our on-duty air defense forces are working. 2 UAVs have already been shot down. No civilian objects have been harmed. Please remain calm. Crimea officials have also slammed reports that residents are being evacuated. The head of the so-called Republic of Crimea called it fake news.
Dear
Crimeans, be guided only by verified official sources of information. Regarding the issues of mobilization, evacuation, trust only the information coming from me. Crimeans are never lied to. We will inform you in a timely and honest manner about any situation, even the most difficult and unpleasant.
An evacuation of recently liberated Kherson and Mykolaiv has begun, but it's being organized by the Ukrainian authorities. It's due to fears that cuts to heat and water after Russian shelling will make winter unlivable there. As the locals leave, Ukraine's government is warning the West of war fatigue, calling on the EU to work on a 9th sanction package against Russia.
Ukrainian government has been offering people in the recently liberated city of Kherson, which remains mostly without electricity and running water, free evacuations to regions with better infrastructure, as well as free accommodation there. The Southern Front has been the recent focus of efforts for both Russian and Ukrainian forces before Ukraine has liberated the west bank of Kherson, including the regional capital. Now, let's take a look at the last piece of territory that Russian forces occupy in the region of Mykolaiv, the Kinburn Spit. A Ukrainian official acknowledged that Ukrainian forces are conducting a military operation there. This area, a location which would allow Ukrainian forces to better conduct potential operations on the east bank in Kherson region. The Kinburn Spit is only 4 kilometers across the strait from Ochakiv and allows for control of the entrance to the Dnipro and southern Bug rivers, as well as the Mykolaiv and Kherson city ports. Russian forces used positions on the Kinburn Spit to conduct routine missile and artillery strikes on Ukrainian positions in Ochakiv, southern Mykolaiv region, and other areas along the Ukrainian-controlled Black Sea coast. Now, control of the Kinburn Spit would allow Ukrainian forces to relieve Russian strikes on the Ukrainian-controlled Black Sea coast, increase naval activity in this area, and conduct potential operations to cross to the east bank in Kherson region under significantly less Russian artillery fire compared to crossing the Dnipro River there. Along the east bank of Dnipro, Russian forces continue to strengthen their defense and build additional lines deep inside Russian-occupied territory, from where, after their withdrawal, they keep attacking Ukrainian positions and shelling liberated areas, including the city of Kherson.
Britain, France and Germany have condemned Iran's expansion of its nuclear program after the UN atomic watchdog confirmed that the Islamic Republic was further enriching uranium. The country is already enriching uranium to 60% purity at its nuclear facility, meaning that supplies of the radioactive metal held in at least 2 places are now closer to weapons-grade 90% purity. Western powers say there is no credible civilian justification for Iran's enrichment program. The news is another blow to hopes of reviving the 2015 Iran nuclear deal, which had capped the country's uranium enrichment. The so-called E3 governments, which includes France, Germany and the UK, said Iran was moving well beyond those limits set down in the nuclear deal.
Manchester United forward Cristiano Ronaldo will leave the club with immediate effect, amid a public falling out with manager Erik ten Hag and the owners. In a statement, the club thanked Ronaldo for his immense contribution over 2 spells at United, in which he scored 145 goals in over 340 appearances. The 37-year-old had given an explosive TV interview on the eve of the World Cup, in which he revealed that he didn't respect the United manager and claimed that senior figures at the club tried to force him out of Old Trafford. Ronaldo is currently on international duty in Qatar. He's set to captain Portugal in their opening Group H match against Ghana on Thursday.
Third day of action at Qatar 2022, and we saw one of the biggest shockers in World Cup history as Saudi Arabia stunned Argentina 2-1 in the Group C opener. The South Americans entered the tournament on a 36-game unbeaten streak, and Lionel Messi tried to make it 37 as he scored the opening goal in the 10th minute. But Saudi Arabia, the world's 51st ranked team, made a remarkable comeback in the second half. Saleh Al-Sheri scored the equalizer in the 48th minute, and then Salam Al-Dosari got the game winner 5 minutes later, and the Green Falcons did not look back. Meanwhile, in the other Group C contest, neither Mexico or Poland could take advantage of Argentina's stumbles as they battled to a scoreless draw.
French striker Olivier Giroud scored twice in the reigning champions' 4-1 victory over Australia. He has now equaled Thierry Henry's all-time top-scoring record for the national team. After a heart-stopping early goal from Australia, France pulled off a dazzling attacking display despite the loss of key players like Karim Benzema. France tops Group D after a goalless draw between Denmark and Tunisia. They now go on to face Denmark on Saturday.
Germany will be looking to make a statement at this World Cup. The 4-time world champions exited in the group stages after losing to South Korea in 2018. But this year's selection is another star-studded squad, with Bayern Munich's Thomas Muller, Manuel Neuer and Serge Gnabry all included in coach Hansi Flick's side. Spain went one step further than Germany in 2018, only to be knocked out on penalties by hosts Russia. They have a bedrock of veteran stars, but also showcase well-established young players, such as 19-year-old Ansu Fati, Pedri, who just turned 20 this month, and 18-year-old Gavi. It's Germany who will kick off Group E tomorrow against Japan. Spain, meanwhile, face off against Costa Rica. On Wednesday, countries in Group F will also get their turn. Euronews reporter Sam Ashu is in Doha to bring us up to speed.
Game of the day in Group F's Belgium take on Canada at the Ahmed Ben Ali Stadium. Manager Roberto Martinez will be without his star striker Romelu Lukaku, whose hamstring injury may well see him miss the remainder of the competition. For this Belgium side, there's a little bit of pressure. It's possibly their golden generation's last chance to win a FIFA World Cup. As for their opponents, this competition has been met with huge excitement and anticipation. It's Canada's first for 36 years. The other game in Group F sees Croatia take on Morocco. The games here have been interesting, exciting and open so far. Let's hope for more of the same. Samashu for Euronews.